Hey there, my name is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Krafty Kathy. Guys, if this is the first time that you've been to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by to spend some time with me and check me out. And guys, if this is not your first time, I love you so much and thank you for coming back to spend time with me. I am tickled pink because today I have some Shabby Chic DIYs. Ooh, I've never done Shabby Chic here on my channel, so you have to let me know what you think. I can't always do Farmhouse, so don't get mad at me. I just wanted to try something different. But let me know honestly what you think. I have an awesome surprise for you today because I'm going to be collabing with Freckled Mom, and we're going to talk about her just a little bit more later on in the video. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? We have so much fun here. We got a lot of love and laughs and DIYs. That sounded like a song. We got a lot of love and laughs and DIYs. We got the love and the laughs and the DIYs. We got the love and the laughs and the DIYs. We got the love and the laughs and the DIYs. This is not a microphone. But let's just jump into these DIYs because you guys know I will talk all night. So let's just see what I've been cooking up for you this week. DIY number one is going to be this adorable vintage picture with this baby girl. So I got this picture frame from the thrift store and I pulled off this picture from pixabay.com. It's free pictures. I absolutely love the outside of this picture. The lattice is so pretty. I start off with the color Pool by Waverly and Lagoon by Waverly. I wasn't exactly sure what color I wanted to go, so I started off with the lighter color, which is the Pool. And as I started putting it on there, I thought it seemed like it was too light, so I added in a bit of the Lagoon, and it still really wasn't what I wanted, so I have this Lullaby Blue by Folk Art. And I used it just like I was distressing. I used my little distressing brush and went all the way around with this Lullaby Blue, which is exactly the color I was looking for. And I dried it. I distressed it with Seashell Pink by Folk Art. And when I distressed it, I just kind of put it here and there, just very, very little pink. I also have Mineral by Waverly, and I'm going to distress it the same way, just a very, very little bit here and there. I'm going to use the inside cardboard cutout as a template to know where to cut on the picture. When I'm cutting something out like a picture like this, I like to use this little gadget because that way I can make correct straight lines because I can't make a straight line to save my life. So I just put everything back in there, and I'm going to get some of my little Sola wood flowers. I have the tiny ones. And I'm just taking some of this Seashell Pink and lightly brushing over them. I also have some little berries that I'm going to glue to the side of them and then glue another Sola wood flower. And I'm just going to put those together. I'm going to add a dab, like a little touch of blue and a little bit of that pink. And I place that right up in the corner. And I have an old key, a little old vintage key. I bought a whole pack of them off of Amazon. I'm going to glue that right up underneath there. I take my little finger sander, which is awesome. This is the first time I've used it today. And I noticed as I was sanding around this, those lighter colors started coming out underneath, and it was gorgeous. I took some of these little pearls that come from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to kind of put them here and there up in that top corner and in the bottom corner. I looked in my stash of my Totally Dazzled stuff, and look at this gorgeous little medallion I found. So I am going to stick it right up in the top right there by my key, and it just made it just go from 0 to 100. It is gorgeous. And The Totally Dazzled stuff makes anything that's shabby chic stand out. Look how beautiful this turned out. I'm so proud. So, what did you guys think? That was the first DIY. I hope you're enjoying it. Like I said, I've never done shabby chic before, so let me know in the comments what you think. I think it's gorgeous, and I'm so happy to have that piece. So anyways, let's move on. DIY number 2 are these 3 gorgeous vintage bottles. So I found these 2 at my local thrift store for $1 a piece, y'all. And anytime I find old bottles like this, I just have a habit of picking them up. I've got these labels that I got off of Graphics Fairy for free, and my plan is to cut 2 of those out that will fit on the front, and I'm going to Mod Podge them on. I ended up liking the 2 on the bottom, so that's what I'm going to cut out and put on there. I hope everyone's had a good, blessed week. I've had a pretty interesting week. I'll tell you guys about it in just a little bit. Now, I'm going to try a new Mod Podge that I haven't tried before. This is called Mod Podge Hard Coat. It's in a purple bottle, and it is supposedly for glass and wood and things like that. So I thought, hey, this is my perfect chance to try it out. So basically, I wanted to take and water down that, and I have one of those misting, you know, like the spray bottles that mist. So I misted it on there, and I put my Mod Podge down underneath it, and definitely on the sides, really good to seal everything, and then across the top. I really like the way that this is turning out, and in order to make sure that there's no wrinkles or anything, I just used my brush and I kind of start from the center and move out, and I even use my fingers to make sure that I smooth everything and there's no bubbles, no nothing when you use that little splash of water or that little mist of water. So then I cut my other label out. And on this one, I did not mist it with the water because I wanted to see if there was really any difference between the 2. And I coated the back of it really well. And I also coated the front really well. And to be honest, I didn't notice much of a difference if you missed it or not. Both of these laid down very easily. There was no bubbles, no wrinkles, nothing. They just look great. So then I've got some of these little pearls. They come in a strand when you pull them off. They're from the Dollar Tree. These are super, super easy to put on. Like, you can maneuver them. These little labels are not perfect circles, You can maneuver them any way that you need to. So they went around these perfectly. So then I put my pearls around my green bottle. So with these 2 bottles, that's all I did. They look really vintage and gorgeous, and I love them. Now look at this old bottle that my husband found here in the dirt. It was buried up, and it had been there for years and years, and all his family lived on this land, so who knows who it belonged to. I took some of that Lullaby blue color, and I mixed it up with Mod Podge, and at first I poured it inside the bottle because that's a technique that you can do. And it just made it look more dirty. It showed up all that dirt inside. And I have tried to get that out, y'all, and I couldn't. Okay, so what I did was I gave it 2 coats on the outside. Now, the reason why you mix it with Mod Podge is because if you've ever painted glass and it just doesn't look right, if you mix it with Mod Podge, you will get a perfectly smooth finish. Now, look at this blue, how beautiful this turned out. So I took one of those labels, and I'm going to put the label on the front of this bottle. And then I took some lace that I got from burlapfabric.com. I love lace. And I love lace in shabby chic things. It just goes, you know, it just looks great. So I hot glued a little bit of that lace on there, and that lace is gorgeous. It gave it such a pretty touch, y'all. Then I'm going to take my Totally Dazzled. You know I love my Totally Dazzled. And I looked through and I found this little bow. And I was like, whoa, look at that. How perfect that looks. I even did a little song and dance when I put that on there because I was so happy. And I just think this is gorgeous. I mean, and these pictures cannot do this justice. I tied a little ribbon around the top, and then I took another of my little Totally Dazzled, and I just placed it in the middle of that ribbon. Then I took some of those little Dollar Tree pearls, and I'm going around this label. Then to finish it off, I used my fingernail and just kind of scratched it in a couple of little places so it looks old. And look at my 3 bottles. I love these. I have a thing for old vintage bottles. Do you guys too? I'll leave my discount code down below for my Totally Dazzled. Guys, you can embellish all your DIYs with Totally Dazzled. I mean, they're just, look how cute. And they're not expensive at all. Guys, have you subscribed yet to my channel? If you haven't, hit that little red subscribe button and that bell. And that way you will be notified every single time I upload a video. I want you to become part of our little family here on YouTube. And let's talk about Freckled Mom. I'm so excited that I'm doing a collab with her. I love her. She's so hilarious. Guys, she has some awesome DIYs, and a lot of her DIYs are a lot like mine. She does a lot of Farmhouse. She's excellent. So guys, if you like me, you're definitely going to love Devin. So I'm going to leave her link in the description box below. I want you guys to go check her out when you finish watching my video. I can guarantee you will not be disappointed. Let's jump into DIY number 3. I'm going to redo this silver vintage tray. So I bought this tray for $3 at my thrift store. It has a mirror, as you see in the middle. And what I'm going to do is use this folk art brushed metal. I didn't want to totally paint this because I liked the uniqueness, you know, or the originality, I guess you could say, of the piece. I didn't want to totally like change the piece. I kind of wanted to leave it the way it was, but basically I just took and dry brushed that brushed metal all around the inside and outside. So I've got a napkin. Look at this gorgeous napkin, y'all, that I got off of eBay. And I cut one of the flowers out. I made sure that I got down to 1 ply, and then I used my little misting water bottle, and I went around the edges and just kind of ripped, you know, so it looks more natural. And I'm going to use that hard coat Mod Podge. So I laid it down. I didn't put any Mod Podge underneath it. I just put it on the top, and I made sure I got it sealed really well around the edges. I'm going to use one of these transfer stickers that I got from Dollar Tree, and they are very shabby chic looking, I must say. I picked one out at the bottom that was just words, and it said something like, Je tu aime a poulet pacatou pa. I don't know, it was in French. I don't speak French. But from my Spanish, I think, because, you know, you can kind of pick up some different language if you can speak Spanish. And to me, I think it said something like, life is meant to be lived. That's kind of what I got from it. So anyways, I used my little Mod Podge scraper here. I guess it's not a scraper. It's like a, what do you call those? A burr or something like that. And I used that to get the words to stick. I don't know why I called it a burr. It's a burnishing tool. Okay, so I'm using my little pearls from Dollar Tree again, and I'm just putting them in no certain order. I'm using some of the big ones and some of the small ones, and then I also used it to outline the Je t'aime, tu le voulais pour coucher avec moi. I'm just being silly. You guys know that if I can just make you laugh and brighten your day just for 1 minute while y'all spend this little 30 minutes with me, then I've done my job, and it just tickles me to death. Then I picked 3 of the little solo wood flowers, and I'm going to use the seashell pink color, and I'm just going to kind of dab it on there. The reason why I do that sometimes instead of dunking these flowers is because I like the way it turns out. The flower's still white or the cream color, but yet you can just put streaks of the color on there. And I'm also using this coral color. It's called crushed coral. I was trying to get the color to match up with the rose, and I wasn't successful with either of those colors. So I finally went with this bright pink color called bright magenta. And I got the color I wanted, and I was like, yay. And I'm also going to put one of my bigger Totally Dazzled jewels right in the center of the flower. And man, it made it beautiful. I took my Waverly Antique Wax and I just kind of antiqued it just a little bit, not much. And I also went around the piece and ever so slightly antiqued it because, like I said, I wanted the integrity of the piece to stay intact. Wow, that was a mouthful. Okay, look how beautiful this turned out, y'all. I love that. We are cruising to DIY number 4, where I'm going to shabby chic up some candlesticks. I got these 2 gorgeous candlesticks, and I'm actually going to use Waverly White. I don't use a whole lot of white, but I thought, you know what, since I don't do that normally, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Plus, it's very shabby chic to go white and have the black showing underneath. So basically what I did was I gave this candlestick only 1 coat because, as you know, the Waverly chalk paint is thick anyway, and I didn't want to do 2 coats because I didn't want an absolute full coat, because that way when I go to distress it, that black is going to come shining through, and that's exactly what I wanted. I absolutely love shabby chic stuff, y'all. It's just so Victorian looking to me and old. I love anything that's old and just worn looking. And you know, a lot of the shabby chic stuff borders on Farmhouse, actually, because these candlesticks could go Farmhouse or shabby chic or whatever. I was going to try to wet distress this, you know, where you use a little bit of a wet rag before it's totally dry. And this paint was not giving up, y'all. It came off just a little bit, but not enough. So I was like, okay, we got to bring in the heavy artillery. So I started using my little finger sander that I told you guys that I got, and I put in a heavy grit of it. I put in like a 80 grit. So as soon as I started using that sucker, boom, the color started coming out. Man, that black started popping out. And like I said, that's what I wanted. And it just looked so shabby chic, so just right up my alley, honey. Look at this. Now, you can go as heavy or as light as you want, but man, I just think this turned out perfect. It was exactly the way that I wanted it. They just look old and just rustic. Look at this, y'all. I'm in love with these candlesticks. They each had a tag on the bottom of them from Hobby Lobby for $19.99 a piece. And I think I paid like $2 for each one. I'm so happy with the way these turned out, y'all. So this is my second candlestick, and I did the exact same thing that I did with the first one. I gave it a good heavy sanding. And guys, as always, if you have any prayer requests, please leave them down below for me in the comments, or I'll leave my email and my snail mail. Any way you want to get a hold of me, you just let me know, and I will put your prayer in the blessings box and pray for you. I'd like to ask you guys for prayer this week. We found out that my sister's cancer's back. You know, since about January, she's been off chemo because she had 4 spots that went down to 1 spot. Well, they found about 4 spots again when they did a scan. So the doctor gave her some choices, and she's got some decisions to make. And so just keep our family in your prayer this week. I know that everything's going to be okay. It's in God's hands, and it's all His will, and I just pray that His will be done. And that's all we can do, guys, is have faith and keep our head up and just keep fighting this fight until it's done, you know. I just can't imagine how she's feeling or what she's going through right now. You never know until it happens to you. But her name is Melissa. If you guys will just keep her in your prayers. Her name is Melissa. She hasn't let it slow her down at all or, you know, stop her from anything. She is a strong woman, stronger than I probably ever could dream of being. So just keep her in your prayers, guys. And I thank y'all for your continued prayers. And you know that I always pray for y'all, and I love you. And if I can pray for anything, of course, you let me know. Now look at these candlesticks, guys. I am so proud of these. I mean, they're probably my favorite of all of my projects for today. Honestly, I really do like them that much. Let's go into number 5. I'm going to make this little, I guess it's a wall, like a sconce or something. It was just one of them. It was at the Goodwill when I found it. So it's this tacky gold color that I do not like, and I'm going to go over it with my Waverly white paint because, like I said, I never use white, so I thought, hey, let's do it. And I noticed when I got it, it's got this little bubble thing on the top, and it's solid wood, so I could not figure out how that bubble got up there or what its point was, but I was like, whatever. I only paid $1.50 for it, so I was super tickled, and it didn't bother me one bit. You're never going to see that anyway. So I painted the whole thing white, and I just knew that when I went to distress this thing, it's going to be gorgeous. I hope you guys got a chance to watch me live on Friday night. I was on Indie Annie Jones' channel. That's her name. She's another DIYer, and if you guys haven't watched her, you're going to love her. But go to her channel and watch us. It was pretty funny. It's Indie Annie Jones. I'll leave a link for that in the description box below too. So I took my chalkboard paint that I get from the Dollar General, and this is what I'm going to distress it with. And guys, this thing did not disappoint. When I started distressing, I like to use those little, they're those small chippy brushes, and I buy them from Apple Barrel. They're Apple Barrel brand, so they're made by Plaid, of course. I love everything Plaid. And I buy them, and they come in like 8 in a pack. They are the best little distressing brushes. So everywhere where I hit the high points and even the low points, this thing just got prettier and prettier the more I distressed it. So I distressed the far out of it because, like, I mean, it just looked so good. I was like, I can't stop. I cannot stop. And that little bubble on the top still laying there. But like I said, it's not going to bother me. I'm going to put it up on the wall. Nobody's ever going to know that that little bubble's up there hiding on the top. That's the best thing about vintage. You can buy something like this, and this thing's heavy, y'all. So this thing was probably $20 to $30 at Hobby Lobby. I'm just guessing, but I'm a pretty good guesser when it comes to Hobby Lobby prices. So I'm saying it was probably 20 to 30 bucks, and y'all, I got it for $1.50, so I ain't complaining. That bubble will not get me down. Just look at this, y'all. Oh, I'm salivating. It's so pretty.
You're broken and you're shattered at the point of no return. You pick up the pieces and you let the bridges burn. So come to the water, you're sailing with the breeze. Take a step into the river where you will find peace. Where you go through the storm, I will hold you, keep you warm. When you stay in the night, I will shelter, I will fight. Oh yeah, I will fight. When you go through the storm, I will hold you, keep you warm. When you stay in the night, I will shelter, I will.
So a sweet subscriber and her 2 dogs sent Shabby a care package. It was hilarious. And this is his reaction.
You like your toys? You like them? Yeah? You like them? Are they good? Say thank you, Gus and Fanny. Thank you, friends. Say thank you, friends. Yeah.
Gus and Finny are the little doggies of a subscriber of mine. And guys, these dogs got it going on. Look at this. This is them. They have their own Instagram, and this is it. It's at Gus_and_Finny. Y'all, I'm a sucker for dogs in outfits. Look at this. This is just too much. I love these guys. They are so cute. I was looking through their pictures. Look at this. Christmas greetings. Really? And this picture didn't turn out right the way that I had to put it on there. But guys, look at I think she dresses them up for every holiday. And there she is. Her name's Kristen. And thank you so much, Kristen. Thank you, Gus and Finny. Look at them, Uncle Sam and Mama Sam. She sent this bag. Look at this, Pugs and Kisses. And it had all these little brand new toys in there. Look at these toys that she sent him. And of course, it had pugs on it. So y'all, go check out at Gus_and_Finny. They're my friends and they're on Instagram. Now, this is Freckled Mom. Do not forget to go and check her out in the description box below. Go watch her channel, give her some love, and tell her that I sent you. I love y'all.
Hey, hey, little chicken baby. What you doing round here today? I see you looking for your mama. What you doing, little girl? Hey, 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 there's my Penny Pio, looking like a queen today. Whoop, 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 whoop. You, 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 you. You, 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 you. Penny, Penny Pio. She can't figure out where I'm at. You, 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 you. My girl.
Sorry, I had to yell because I was inside and they couldn't hear me. I wanted to show you guys this rainbow. It had came a terrible storm while I was inside crafting, and then all of a sudden the sun came out, and this rainbow came out, and it was gorgeous. And it just reminded me that after every storm, there's always a rainbow. And sometimes when you're going through the storm, you know, you can't see what's going to be on the other end. But I promise you, if you just hang on, it turns into a rainbow before too long. I love y'all, and I hate to have to go, but it's that time. I'll see y'all soon. Go watch me on Indiana Jones channel. This was my crazy outfit.